Welcome to this week's episode of Debriefing Design. Today, we will be exploring one of our favorite topics in design challenges, small spaces. And what better way to start off this topic than exploring laundry room design? We'll show you how we came up with the design for these two compact, efficient laundry rooms. This is Operation Cleanliness is Godliness. These two laundry rooms started out the same, with limited storage and a ceiling soffit above the washer and dryer. Both were similarly sized, with doors into the garage and into the house. One had part of its space taken up by a water heater closet. The reason behind a renovation, no matter the size, varies from person to person. For these two laundry rooms, the first didn't offer enough storage, and the washer and dryer crowded the door to the garage due to the dryer duct. The second suffered a water supply pipe burst, and part of the wall had to be repaired to complete repairs. Although two spaces may appear visually similar, once the surface layer is peeled back, the differences can be shocking. Dryer ducting comes in two versions, a flexible duct and a rigid duct. Flexible duct allows bends around corners, whereas rigid duct requires connector pieces to turn. Flexible duct is prone to ripping when caught on nails, so some municipalities have forbid their use due to fire hazards. Rigid duct is preferred within the wall cavity as it is not prone to tearing and is longer lasting. After opening the soffits, we discovered one had a flexible duct cutting through the soffit at an angle into the attic, while the other had a rigid duct in the wall going straight up. The rigid duct scenario allowed us to easily remove the wood framing and drywall to close up the soffit. In the flexible duct situation, we replaced the run of flexible duct in a wall with a round rigid duct, compressing it into an oval profile to fit within the 2x4 wall cavity, and navigated it straight through the ceiling into the attic and out through the roof. When space is limited, every inch you gain can make a difference. Typically, in a laundry room, the dryer duct is the culprit for occupying precious space behind the washer and dryer. Newer construction comes with in-wall duct connection boxes that helps to eliminate the unnecessary gap where missing socks disappear. Compact profile rigid adjustable ducts also allow what would normally occupy 6 to 8 inches of space down to just 2 to 3 inches. Older homes tend to lack utility rooms and dedicated spaces for cleaning supplies or vacuum cleaners. For a home with limited storage, gaining a tall utility storage cabinet changes the flow of the entire house. In the first laundry room, we were able to fit a 15-inch wide tall cabinet, which typically fits most vacuum cleaners, but in our case 4. Due to the amount of electronics that needed to be charged, we installed a new quad outlet in the back of the tall cabinet so it became the charging station of the house. In the second laundry room, we measured the client's maximum arm reach and designed the floating shelf and cabinetry according to their body proportions. Because tall storage wasn't an issue for the clients, we opted to make the laundry room the star of the home, making the most mundane chore even more enjoyable. We achieved this by incorporating accent tiles and mixing our color palette. We made sure the floating shelf would clear the top of the washer and dryer and located a hanging rod to be comfortably reached without the help of a step stool. A narrow base cabinet with a wood top was also designed for the future to go in between the washer and dryer should the clients ever need additional storage. In addition to the tall storage cabinet in the first laundry room, we chose to keep the budget low and incorporated a more modern style with a basic white IKEA cabinetry. A 15-inch deep upper cabinet above the washer was plenty of storage for detergent and other cleaning supplies, while a bonus flip-up cabinet above the hanging rod allowed storage of touch-up paint and grout for the house. Design tip: keeping paint out of non-conditioned spaces helps to prolong the life of the paint. On the other end of the spectrum, we had custom cabinets built to 14 inches deep and custom height to fill the space above the wall-to-wall floating shelf. We opted for a more glamorous and visually popping design with a back wall of black and white hexagon tile, stained wood, and a pop of teal on the cabinetry. The trim around the new ceiling light fixture also matched the stain color on the floating shelves. We also designed a custom catch-all panel to help the clients hold keys, grocery bags, and hats so they could always be located at a moment's notice. Small spaces are often the most challenging and rewarding to design because of the level of impact it has on the end user. A design tactic we often approach with clients is to have them really process what about a space isn't bringing them joy. Whether a lack of storage or lack of lighting, whatever the reason, we aim to bring happiness through design. Design can also be achieved on a very limited budget if you don't have a time constraint and aren't afraid of doing some manual labor. These two transformations range from under $900 to just over $3,000. Thank you for joining us this week on Debriefing Design. We hope you've enjoyed how different these two similar spaces turned out. One was a simple, sleek contemporary laundry with tons of storage. The other was a glamorous mid-century modern with plenty of surface area. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions or feedback about these two projects. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for new episodes. Operation Cleanliness is Godliness. Case closed.